So as we all know, this NFL season has been no stranger to injuries to some of the biggest players in the sport. You have guys like J.J. Watt, Richard Sherman, some newcomers like Deshaun Watson and Dalvin Cook, and also you can't go without mentioning Aaron Rodgers, got Eric Berry, a bunch of other incredible players that are hurt. And yeah, injuries happen every season, but this season seems like something changed, where the injuries are a lot more likely than they were in seasons past. And obviously it's awful, and obviously as sports fans we wouldn't even wish an injury on our biggest rival's best player, but I guess it is something that just happens in sports, and it's a part of the sport. Wish it wasn't, but it is. All the players that have been injured this season, I hope to God they come back quickly and come back with the full recovery. But today what we're going to try out, as bad as it's been this season, we're going to see what would happen to the NFL if the injuries were doubled than what they already are this season. And the way we're going to go about this is we're going to jump into a Madden 18 connected franchise, and we're going to do a little messing around with the sliders. We're going to go to the gameplay sliders, and since the sliders automatically start at 50 or 40 in terms of injuries, we're going to bump it all the way up and sim the season and see what happens, see what big key players go down, see what teams take advantage of all the injuries. And we're actually going to do this twice. We're going to jump into a connected franchise with the current real life rosters, the real life standings, picking up just where it left off in real life. All the players that are currently hurt are already injured in this connected franchise, so we're going to see who else is added to the injury list, and then after we finish this first season, see who comes out on top, wins the Super Bowl, and see who all ends up injured. We're going to go into a fresh new season where nobody's injured, and then sim the season just like with these settings, with the injury rating doubled, to see what happens if we sim a full season with the injuries doubled than what they really are in real life. So hopefully guys do enjoy today's video, and if you do, make sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can smash 2,000 likes on today's video. If you guys have any more ideas for videos similar to this, let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. With that said, let's go ahead and sim to the end of this season. Actually, yeah, we'll sim to the Super Bowl, see who's in the Super Bowl, and see who all is hurt. So we've made it to the Super Bowl. Let's see how the standings ended up in the NFL. Obviously, I was using the Titans because that's my favorite team, and obviously, as we're probably not going to make it in real life, are not going to make the Super Bowl. We didn't in this simulation. The Titans and the Jaguars went 10-6 in the AFC South. The Texans, without Deshaun Watson, didn't win another game, went 4-12. But I'd be happy as a Titans fan with 10 wins, although I don't think we're really good enough to make it, probably not even to win a playoff game. But I digress. The Eagles still stayed strong, went 14-2, and the teams that were already doing well ended up finishing the season pretty strong. The Patriots lost a couple games to end the season. Maybe Tom Brady got hurt. The Lions finished strong. The Panthers finished strong. The Falcons finished strong. Chargers went 10-6. That's big. Chiefs finished pretty strong. And some teams, the Seahawks, barely making the playoffs at 8-8. I'm pretty sure they plummeted in the second half of this season. The Packers did bad. The Giants came back, had a 7-9 record. Cowboys did awful, 6-10. Broncos did awful. Texans did awful. Bears, Browns did awful. And now the moment we've been waiting for. Who is all on the injury report? Oh my God, the whole entire Tennessee Titans team is injured. Delaney Walker's out. Avery Williamson's out. Marcus Mariota's out, and that's really not a surprise. He's been hurt a lot, and hopefully he stays healthy, but god dang, that's not a surprise. DeMarco Murray's out for 6 weeks. Half our defense is out. Tajay Sharp's out for 19 weeks. Aaron Wallace is out for 19 weeks. Our backup quarterback's injured. This is bad. I think look at how many players are injured. all of our quarterbacks are injured. Who's our starting quarterback? Now looking at the Vikings, they have some huge players injured. Anthony Barr is out for 24 weeks. Sam Bradford obviously is hurt in real life, out for 19 weeks. Even Case Keenum's out. Dalvin Cook's out. Now the Bears have a lot of players out, as well as Zach Miller got injured. You had Cameron Meredith get injured. I'm not really sure. Some of these players might be injured in real life that I don't know about. Like, look how many players are injured on the Bears. God dang, even a 41 overall. Moving on to the Bengals, Tyler Eifert's injured. Andy Dalton's injured. Almost every single starting quarterback's injured. Jeremy Hill's out. Their backup, almost every single quarterback in this whole entire video is going to be out. The Bills, you got LaShawn McCoy out for 37 weeks. And now the Broncos. Look how many players got put on the IR the second half of the season. Von Miller, Demaryius Thomas, Akeem Talib, Bradley Roby. Pretty much their whole team. Trevor Siemian. Everybody. Everybody's gone off the Broncos. No wonder they did not do well. And the Super Bowl matchup is between the Patriots and Eagles. And we're going to have to see who got injured off that team. But everybody off the Broncos is pretty much injured. The Browns. There's Joe Thomas, unfortunately, did actually get injured in real life. He had that record of consecutive snaps played, but even in real life, he got injured. It's just crazy how many players actually get injured. Almost every running back's out for the Browns. How about quarterback? Looks like the Browns actually got throughout the end of the season. Just kidding. Deshaun Kaiser's out. I mean, look how many players are actually injured. Now, looking at the Buccaneers, they have some star players out as well. Deshaun Jackson's out. Actually, the Buccaneers look like the best team thus far in terms of players not getting injured. Now, the Cardinals, Carson Palmer's obviously out in real life. John Brown's out. David Johnson's out. I think that's another injury than what he already had. Mike Lupati's out. We have Tyron Branch is out. And another 46 overall. Aaron's out. And a ton of other incredible players. AP's even out, so I don't even know who their starting running back is now. Now moving on to the Chargers, they have some great players. Jason Verrett's injured. It's like almost every single starter. Both their starting cornerbacks are injured. But Phillip Rivers, at least this is a little bit realistic. Phillip Rivers is probably actually injured, but they don't have him listed on the injury report because he always plays through his injuries. Eric Berry's still out. Travis Kelce's injured. Alex Smith is injured. Tyler Bray, their backup's injured. Like, Spencer Ware's injured. Everybody. Kareem Hunt, the third-string quarterback. Now, on the Colts, Andrew Luck is still injured. I think that's the same injuries he had previously, so I guess he didn't come back. Their starting tight end's injured. Do they have any backups? Al Wood's injured. Everybody. Now, looking at the Cowboys, Dez Bryant, they're already hampered by injuries and by suspensions, and now their best wide receiver's injured when they really don't have any wide receivers already stepping up to Marcus Lawrence is injured, one of the best defensive players. And there's Dak. Dak Prescott's out for 3 more weeks with a broken collarbone. He was out, and then their backup quarterback, their third-string quarterback, and their fourth-string quarterback. Unbelievable. Dolphins, there's their quarterback too. Ryan Tannehill's out. We got Kenny Stills injured. Representing the NFC in the Super Bowl, there's no way they win this. Look at this. Michael Kendricks, Jason Kelsey, Jason Peters, Zach Ertz, their whole freaking team. Carson Wentz is out. The whole freaking team, Jay Ajayi. What's the point getting from the Dolphins when he has a torn goddamn bicep? Now the Falcons, see how they injured. The Falcons are the best team in terms of not getting players injured. Looks like only one starter got injured. And the 49ers, they already going to have a bad season anyway, and they have a ton of players injured. Their best player, 87 overall, Pierre Garçon's injured. Reuben Foster's injured. CJ Beathard's injured. I think he actually got injured in real life too. And wonder if Jimmy G's out. Let me see. Yep, there's Jimmy. Matt too. Now looking at the Giants, adding on to Odell Beckham Jr., Jason Pierre-Paul's out. They have Devin Kennard's out. And they have a lot of other good players out too. Damon Harrison, 91 overall. Eli Apple, and their whole team. Whole team's gone. Looking at the Jaguars, their best wide receiver, I think he's out in real life too. I could be wrong with that one. Chris Ivory's out. And a lot of good players, although they're one of the few teams without their starting quarterback injured. Looking at the Lions, Ezekiel Ansah, Theo Riddick, Haloti Ngata, Amir Abdullah. All the running backs are out. Taylor Decker, the young left tackle. And Matthew Stafford, another tough quarterback, did not get injured. So the toughest quarterbacks, I would say probably the 2 toughest quarterbacks in the NFL, arguably, Phillip Rivers and Matthew Stafford, did somehow survive the NFL apocalypse. So adding insult to injury for the Packers, Brian Balaga's out, Morgan Burnett, Mike Daniels, Clinton Dix, a lot of players. Their backup, Brett Hundley. So who's their starting quarterback now? Probably a freaking turnip. Now the Panthers, Cam Newton's out. One of the backup quarterback was injured. Shaq Thompson's injured as well. And just a lot of players. A lot of freaking injuries. Yep, Garrett Gilbert. Now, the Patriots, the other team in the Super Bowl. So it's like half of a Patriots team, not even half, and a half of a Philadelphia Eagle team because, look at everybody injured. There's more injuries on the Patriots and Eagles than the other two, the rest of the teams, and they're the 2 teams that made it to the Super Bowl. Evan McCourty, Dante Hightower, Nate Solder, Marcus Cannon, Julian Edelman. He's out in real life as well. Malcolm Butler. How about Tom? Where's Tom? If Tom remains, Tom has remained So I think the Patriots are easily going to grab the dub, but Tom's in there. Now the Raiders, yep, what do you know, another starting quarterback out. Now the Rams doesn't look like many of their star players got injured, so the Rams somehow survived the apocalypse as well. There's Marshall. Marshall's out. CJ Mosley's out. But Joe Flacco, freaking old Joe, somehow survived the apocalypse as well. Moving on to the Redskins, there's another star player, Trent Williams. But how about old Kirk? Oh, there's Zach Brown, another almost 90 overall player, and RG3. Apparently re-signed with the Redskins. And he got injured. That's just funny. Now on the Saints, there's Drew Brees. He's injured. Kenny Vaccaro. And Kobe Fleener, another great player. Another backup quarterback hurt. And another third-string quarterback hurt. So, wonder who the heck is the Saints starting quarterback now. Now the Seahawks, oh my God. The whole entire Seahawks defense is now injured. No wonder they went 8-8 to finish the season. Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Bobby Wagner, Michael Bennett, Luke Wilson, their tight end, Cliff Averill. Like, literally, almost their whole entire starting defense is out. Maybe Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson did somehow survive. Now the Steelers, a 99 overall player, Antonio Brown's out. Oh, what do you know? Big Ben's out as well. Oh, what do you know? The best running back in the NFL, arguably, is out as well. What do you know? Jesus Christ, this is absolutely ridiculous. Well, looking at the Texans, to add once again insult to injury, Whitney Merciless, Derek Newton, J.J. Watt, obviously, Ryan Griffin, Tom Savage. He's not necessarily a savage. Now, Deshaun Watson's injured as well, so he's the backup. And so it's going to be half their quarterbacks are out. So their third string's out as well, so they're down to their fourth string as many other teams are. We're back to the Titans. After the injury apocalypse, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Patriots who come out on top in today's video in the first simulation, and it is going to be the Patriots big time, 45-29. This very easily could be the two teams that make it to the Super Bowl this year. So at the end of simulation number 2, with a full season of the NFL injuries doubled, my Titans did make the playoffs. We went 8-8, and the Jaguars benefited big time, going 13-3. So my Titans, unfortunately, I guarantee Marcus Mariota probably got hurt for the full entire season. But let's see how the rest of the NFL fared with the injury apocalypse. Now, the Jaguars had the best season in the NFL, and look at some of these teams. The Falcons had a great year. The Dolphins, though, this is wild, 12-4. The Raiders, a great season. That might be expected, possibly. The Cardinals had a great year. Patriots, still by the skin of their teeth, made the playoffs. Broncos had a huge turnaround, going 9-7. Steelers kind of dropped down a little bit, but still went 9-7. Lions did well. Packers made the playoffs. Vikings didn't make the playoffs. Redskins didn't make the playoffs, and the Eagles did not, or they barely did make the playoffs after, they probably are going to go 14-2 in real life, and kind of lost a couple extra games in this simulation. Now, some of the teams that didn't make the playoffs, Seahawks, that's surprising. Ravens, possibly surprising. Bengals, not really surprising. Bills doing okay. Chargers doing okay. Bears did a lot better than they did in real life. Same thing with the Giants. Saints fell down big time. And so there's really, except the Cowboys, no matter what you do still do bad in simulations. Not saying about real life, just saying that every time, the last 5 simulations I've done, the Cowboys, I think have gone 6-10 almost every single time, so that's weird. The Browns, having a great year compared to what they had the last 2 years. And the Rams are the biggest loser, I would say, in the full season of having injuries doubled, as they're having a great year, way better than expected in real life. But with having injuries all the way up, went 4-12. That's not too good. Now, I forgot to show you last time around who won the MVP. Marcus Mariota obviously didn't start all year. Only had 1,300 passing yards. I guess he got injured. And our leading rusher was freaking David. So I guess both of our running backs got injured. Now, who won the MVP? Matt Ryan, not really surprising. Look at this dude. Danico Autry, with the injuries all the way up. Look at these two guys. Danico Autry and DeAndre Washington came in 3rd and 4th. Yet Calais Campbell, a defensive player, came in the top 10. That's super rare. Kyle Slaughter, 71 overall, came in 7th MVP. Look at these guys. Brad freaking Kaya came in 9th place. So the records weren't affected too much from what you would actually expect in real life. But obviously, some players you wouldn't expect had spectacular seasons when they had the chance to shine. So look at this. The leading quarterback in the NFL only had 3,500 yards. That's way less than normal. And freaking Kyle Slaughter came in 3rd place. Brad Kaya somehow came in 9th in MVP, and he's way down there. But my boy Zach Mettenberger, former Titan, was right up there as well. But look at some of these names, man. See, about the running back situation. Tywan Jones led the NFL with 1,200 yards. DeAndre Washington, Austin Eckler, Benny Cunningham. I mean, not one normal starting running back is up here. Who is the first actual starting running back that's going to be on this list in terms of top yardage in the NFL? Or Kareem Hunt, way down there, probably in 20th place. Now, who led the NFL in rushing touchdowns? Tyler Renew and Trey Edmonds and Patrick Rickard. A lot of fullbacks. A lot of fullbacks up there. The top 4 out of the top 5 leading rushers in terms of touchdowns were fullbacks. Now, receiving yard-wise, Tyler Boyd was the only, only 5 receivers eclipsed 1,000 yards in the NFL. Kenny Golladay, DeAndre Hopkins, that's not surprising. And Michael Crabtree. So the wide receiver situation is a little bit less surprising than the running back situation. And Brandon Marshall led the NFL in receiving yards. Dog, I just want to find where that guy is from the Raiders, because he wasn't a running back, obviously. And it looks like Leroy Reynolds led the NFL in tackles. Sack-wise, yeah, there he is. He's a right end. I'm stupid. I apologize for being an idiot. He had 21 sacks, and he came in the top 10, I think 4th place in the MVP. So 2 Raiders. This guy, just random. Bias Campbell's up there as well, Cameron Jordan. So some familiar faces, but some also very unfamiliar faces as well. In terms of interceptions, we had Richard Sherman. That's not a surprise. If this is what happened in real life and this many players got injured, I'm pretty sure the NFL would be close to ending. And they'd probably abort mission because they're tired of paying for all the surgery. But with that said, to end off today's video, let's see who actually prevailed throughout the injury apocalypse and became Super Bowl champions in simulation number 2, and the Miami Dolphins beat the Atlanta Falcons 16-13, and they had to come back in the second half to make it happen. Not as bad as they choked last year, but they outgained them, but couldn't finish the Super Bowl for the second straight year. So hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video, and if you did, make sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can smash 2,000 likes on today's video. If you have any ideas for videos similar to this, let me know in the comment section below to have a chance to be featured in an upcoming video. With that said, I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.